Hey team! So today's the day when you finally find out what's been cooking, what we've been working on behind the scenes in the last few months. I'm currently in India. I got here yesterday and I am loving being back home. I am in my old bedroom right now, which my sister loves to claim as hers, but whatever. Um, I am using her little bookshelf here to make me look all intellectual. I hope that is working. And I've got my notepad with me with some points to help me stay on track with what I need to cover with you today. The first thing on my list is to say thank you. I want to say thank you to all of you who have been part of the holistic healing journey, who have supported this journey, whether it's been offering to help with a retreat, offering to join one, or engaging with our content and checking in, just cheering along from the sidelines. I really appreciate you and your support. And I hope that you will continue supporting us in this journey as we evolve into this new idea that I'm going to share with you today. But if you know me, you know that I can't just get to the point without giving a bit of context and a bit of a backstory. So, story time. It starts with me trying to heal. It was a long, hard journey. I was born and brought up in post-colonial India with family history of displacement when India and Pakistan were divided into separate countries back in 1947 when the British rule ended. The aftermath of that showed up in the society as patriarchy, social stigmas, domestic and social abuse, and worst of all, the silence and shame around all of that, including healing. There were a lot of traumas socially, culturally, historically that I hadn't dealt with. I was in my late 20s when I realized that I needed help. As I was trying to seek that help, I very quickly learned that mental health support, was not accessible or affordable for someone like me. Navigating systems that were not built for me was a nightmare. But eventually, after a few years of pushing through, I did find the right help for me. I started making my way along therapy, body work, ancestral practices. I started getting more and more regular with my meditations. I started building a supportive community around me. And slowly but surely, I started finding my way back to myself. There were two main things that I learned in the process. One was that in the Western world, we can get very linear with our approach to healing. Like we can get stuck on the surface level healing, like talk therapy or medication, which is helpful. But in my experience, healing doesn't really start happening until you go deeper onto the root cause, until you get your body involved, tap into your spirituality, build a community, those kind of things. And I saw that wasn't happening too much in the Western world. And even if it was, there wasn't a lot of understanding around how these things work, how these ancestral knowledge and spirituality, and it was quite appropriated. So that was one thing that I learned. The second thing that I learned was that I wasn't alone. There were so many other people who were going through similar experiences in their own ways and trying to heal per se. So having done all this work and having learned so many things, I wanted to share that. And that's what led to holistic healing. I knew I was good at facilitating, at holding space and energy for people, creating and delivering workshops. And I just loved watching people reconnect with themselves. And I wanted to use all those skills and create a space for people to do so. And I decided that 2-day retreats were the way to go. But I rushed it. I jumped into the deep end without testing the waters. I wanted to make it too big too soon. I started investing money, booking venues, creating content, preparing workshops, all of that while I myself was getting all stressed, overwhelmed, and overworked, not being in the right energy myself. And that was not the kind of healing that I wanted to offer to people. It started feeling like another one of those self-help hustles where I was another person on the internet telling you that there was something wrong with you that needed fixing. And I'm going to be your savior and show you how you can do that. And that will be $3,000, by the way. It felt disgusting. Now, don't get me wrong. I am not against self-help or charging for your services. In fact, I have always been an advocate for that. I have always said that there has to be an energy exchange if you're offering something of value. So I'm all for it. But because I wasn't in the right energy delivering that, it didn't feel right. It didn't sit right with me, and I couldn't do it. So I decided it was time to take a step back, take a break, and reconnect with myself. I went to South America. I relaxed. I didn't think about the retreats, didn't think about holistic healing. I was just happy existing. I just wanted to be who I was and in whatever energy I was in at the time. When I came back to New Zealand, I came back with no plans whatsoever. I just wanted life to happen as it does. And that's when the shift happened. All these reflections started happening. I realized what I really loved was connecting with people and building and being in a community. And healing was just a byproduct of community and connection. And not just in the big curated ways like 2-day retreats, but in the smaller moments, in the cute little mundane human things that we do, and in the easy stuff. And if there's anything that I've learned from Dr. Jahangir Khan in Dear Zindagi, it's that it's okay to choose the easy stuff. And that's what I wanted to do. The easy stuff, stuff that felt more aligned with who I am. And who I am is not just this peaceful healing being. I also have this other side to me that is loud and chirpy and cheerful and messy and trying to make it through life. And I wanted to embrace all those sides of me. And I wanted to bring that in everything I did, including holistic healing. That's when I realized it was time to turn the page to a new chapter. A new chapter that we're going to call It's a Nomaste from Me. Yeah, you heard it right. It's a Nomaste from me. It's a play on words. And if you know me, you know that I love that. It's going to be my quiet rebellion where we say no to a lot of things, but with love and kindness. We're going to say no to fitting into any imaginary boxes, to living up to any stereotypes or expectations of being a certain way, or to constantly trying to fix ourselves. It's a no from me to all of that. But it's a kind and loving yes from me to being human, to being real, and to just being myself. Whole, messy, real, raw, all of that. It's going to look a bit different to holistic healing overall. Here we're going to have real, raw, unfiltered conversations. We're going to have creativity where people can just come and be and express, where we hold space for each other and we build an international community. We bring in the differences together and we coexist in peace, with love, with kindness, with the rebellion, and with the acceptance. We're going to have a few parts to it. There's going to be longer conversations, podcast style. There are going to be shorter conversations. There's going to be poetry, rants, reading, expression, music, art, comedy, whatever. There's going to be all of that in this one space. So basically, we're not starting over. We're just evolving into a new idea. I could have easily deleted this page and pretended that holistic healing never happened. I could have started a new project called It's a Nomaste from me from scratch and started building it up from there. But that's not what the space is about. That's not what I am about. I am going to own my mistakes. I'm going to own my lessons. I'm going to own my growth. And I hope that that normalizes making mistakes, being human, learning from your mistakes and growing. So yeah, in the last few months, I've been working on this new idea with a small team of volunteers, and we're just figuring things out as we go. The things that you see may not be as perfect or polished, but I can promise you that they're going to be real and unfiltered. My vision long term is to try and bring this community together in person, where we can actually connect with each other in real life. Now, starting the space online, trying to build a community, I know that it comes with its own risks. And one of the major risks for me is becoming an influencer by accident. I am not built for that life, and that is not my intention trying to create this space. So to manage that risk, what I'm going to do is I am going to try and have other people in the community more visible in the frame so that it doesn't become an expectation for me to constantly be there and run the space on my own. I'm going to try and have other people take up the space as much as possible as well. However, saying that, you will see me more at the beginning because I'm trying to drive the space and build up the idea. But over time, my intention is to start taking a step back and have the community be more visible. You will find out more as to how the space is going to work in our upcoming posts. We'll also keep you posted through our vlogs, newsletters, and other social media channels. So keep an eye out and follow our accounts on Instagram and Facebook. We are hopefully soon going to have TikTok and Spotify accounts as well. So we'll keep you posted. But thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for being part of this journey. I hope that we continue this journey together and hopefully one day meet each other in person. But in the meantime, look after yourselves. Keep being yourself. And if someone tells you to be something that you're not, smile and say, it's a Nomaste from me. Thank you for listening, guys.